Ever wondered how safe your online activities really are? How secure is your digital footprint? In the vast realm of the internet, privacy and security are paramount. Without adequate protection, your personal data might be at risk. There are solutions to these issues, and today we're going to talk about two of them. Introducing Liberty laptops from Calyx Solutions. These cutting-edge devices are meticulously designed to bolster online privacy, providing you the liberty to surf the internet incognito. The World Wide Web can be a wild frontier, but with Liberty laptops, your online privacy is always protected. We also present you crypto laptops, designed with cryptocurrency users in mind. Equipped to support a myriad of wallets and exchanges, these laptops are tailored for seamless cryptocurrency transactions. They offer enhanced security protocols to keep your digital assets safe. Crypto laptops ensures a secure and smooth cryptocurrency experience. It's time to take control of your online privacy and security. Venture over to Calyx Solutions and explore our Liberty laptops and crypto laptops. Don't forget, our affiliate program lets you earn $50 per sale. Visit calyxsolutions.io now or call 7028458276 for more information, because your online safety is our priority.
And we are live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's your favorite truck driver, ex-truck driver in the whole wide world, Bitcoin Ben, and his slightly elderly partner, Patrick. What's going on, brother?
Just having fun, man. Just having fun.
Isn't it an exciting time in the world?
Yeah, on a number of fronts. I wanted to say that on the tail end of the ad you were talking about, it talks about crypto laptops and Liberty laptops. We now have tablets available. So you can go to the website and you can get tablets. There's an iPad and there's an Android that's available, a Galaxy.
It is.
Morning, Jim.
Morning, Jimmy. Yeah, it's this is a brand new product we're offering. It's our iPad and our, I think you said a Galaxy. Yeah, it's
Android.
That way you can have everything on one, and it's smaller, easier to use, and you can put it away, and it's cheaper.
Yeah. And we are in the midst of working on the Linux version of the Liberty and the crypto laptops.
Yep.
So we're going to be running tests on two different Linux operating systems. So that should be done in a little while.
Awesome.
Little while.
We're hoping early April-ish.
Sooner.
Okay, even better. There we go. All right, Patrick. What are your thoughts? And this is a little bit further on in our conversation, but Brian Armstrong says Washington, D.C. and the major banks, they're trying to take over the crypto industry. I don't believe it. I mean, why would the banks and the regulators and all of the government, why would they want to take over the crypto industry?
Because they see how detrimental it's going to be to the system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, while I mentioned it, we might as well jump in here real quick and listen to this.
Got the Genius Act passed into law, which actually did enable stablecoin rewards to happen. The banks had their own concerns, and we reached a good outcome in the Genius Act. And now the banks really are coming and trying to undermine the president's crypto agenda. I mean, these are the same banks that debanked him and his family, right? And they want to come in and say that Americans should not be able to actually earn more money on their money. They're trying to protect their own profit margins, taking money out of the pockets of hardworking average Americans and putting it into the coffers of these big banks that are hitting record profits. So our view is that there should be a level playing field where banks and crypto companies can lean into stablecoin legislation as an opportunity. And that includes paying rewards to Americans so that they can earn more money on their money. Got the genius.
Yep. So basically what they are saying is only the banks can offer an interest, because they're saying, and this is their argument, this is how this is how isolationist that they are. They say if other platforms can offer interest, that will lead to $8 or $9 trillion leaving the banking system and could lead to bank, as they call it, the bank failure. And what they're basically saying is we really can't handle any competition. We don't want any competition. So we should legislate, use the power of the federal government to protect our industry. Now, what does that make you think of, Patrick?
I am just I'm kind of thinking the mafia side of things, organized crime more than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is us circling the wagons to protect ourselves and the market that we've created, because somebody's come up with a better widget. It's protectionism at its finest, and the use of legislators and legislation and lobbyists to protect their golden eggs, the nest. And I'm not surprised that they're taking this tact, but I am somewhat confounded by the number of legislators that are bending a knee.
Oh, no. The only reason that they are fucking the only reason that they are, as you say, bending the knee is that their wallet's getting too heavy. This is all about money. We're like,
absolutely.
My wallet's so heavy from all of these lobbyists fucking putting money in it that I gotta bend the knee to them. These people don't give a shit about the American citizen. They don't give a shit about free market, because what we have now is we have an industry, which is the major banks. They, as you said, this is a mafia. This is a cartel of large corporations, which are the banks, and they are working together to make sure that there isn't any smaller competition. This is what happened with railroads. This is what happened with telephones. This is a centralization of an industry that looks like, oh, there are several different banks. There are several different choices. No, it's not. They're all one group working together. They lend each other money. They are that's why they say, well, if one of the banks collapse, they could all fucking collapse. Really? If one of them going down kills all of them, doesn't that mean they're one organism? Seems
Yeah.
like it. Because you and I are each human. If I catch a cold and I die, that doesn't mean you die. This is all one group, all one industry that relies on leeching off of us. And what's really crazy, it's an unnecessary industry because it originates at the Federal Reserve, which is a middleman that was created to create the money. Prior to that, it was a completely decentralized system of thousands of banks. In what was it? In 1888, I think, there were over 17,000 banks in America. And that doesn't include now what the hell am I thinking of? George Bailey,
Savings and loans.
right? Savings and loans and credit unions and all that. That was just the official licensed banks. Is it? This is Chevy and Ford and Cadillac all getting together and saying, "Oh, we don't like Honda, or we don't like a smaller company that makes a better car. We'll just legislate them out of existence." And this is what should never happen. This is why the federal government originally was not set up like this, where you couldn't use it as a weapon against other companies. That's the whole premise, because you can only have a monopoly if it involves government. That's it. You can't have it unless you are partnered up with the government, because if you have a product or a service that has a lot of profit in there, someone else is going to launch a business and they're going to eat up some of your what do they call, like, market share.
Yep.
And then, well, if you partner with the regulators and you actually make it so expensive that a smaller place really can't launch, then you're Google. Then you're fucking, who else? Then you're the railroads. It's all, this couldn't happen without the government's involvement.
Right.
And this is why we can't have, I would rather have no legislation
Agreed.
than have this shit.
Right. Right. And their objective here, from the bank's perspective and the Elizabeth Warrens of the world, is that no interest can be paid on stablecoin investments. And there's a parenthetical in there too, that they would restrict staking at exchanges. Now, good luck on that one, because the second Exodus moves offshore, and Coinomi is already doing this, you can stake, and there's nothing that the government can do about it.
Yep.
But the bigger thing here, and it's a short-sightedness on this Clarity Act, is that there's the inevitable expansion of real-world assets, that
Yeah.
they're not going to be able to cap. And
Yep.
And once they tokenize RWAs, it's blast off time, baby.
Yeah, that's exactly how we at our clubs and our credit union and our resort, that's how we are set up. Is each club has 100,000 tokens of ownership. All right, and those we created on the actual Bitcoin blockchain. So it's linked with an address for the actual Bitcoin address you hold. And then as it earns profits, the smart contract sends the profit to the wallet that holds that coin. So you can sell your coin, or you can send your fraction of ownership to another wallet, and that profit goes into whatever wallet that holds that coin. That is real world ownership using tokenization. And that's where everything is going. Everything is going that way. Because then you don't have to have an accountant. You don't have to have any of this shit. It's all in a smart contract on the blockchain. And like you were saying, it leaves regulation out. You can't regulate a smart contract. It doesn't give a fuck if you pass a law. It executes. It's software. It's the equivalent of if they said, well, we're going to outlaw email. Good luck. Good luck with that. Because there's a lot of emails that are decentralized protocols, like Proton Mail.
Right.
So the email software doesn't give a shit if you write a regulation against it. But these are the type of people we're dealing with. These are the same motherfuckers who are like, well, we need to raise your taxes so we can win the war against fucking climate change. You think that they think they can regulate everything and that everything's going to give a shit. The weather doesn't give a, and neither do people. We, in the early, I think it was 83 or 84, we had the war against drugs. Just say no.
Yeah.
How well did that fucking work out? We lost. That's probably the worst war we ever lost.
Well, yeah, but if you think about it, you got the Dragon Lady is pushing this Just Say No program, and at the same time, her husband's running the Iran Contra deal where they're CIA is selling drugs in order to get their funding, and poppy fields are a bloom over in Asia. So
and that's something else. This is the point I've reached. I don't give a fuck what the federal government says anymore. All right? This is the equivalent of an abusive relationship.
Yes, it is.
All right? I and we have been getting our asses whooped. Every night we come home from work, this asshole's been beating us up. And then, for some reason, we still think that we have to listen to these pricks. No. There's so much fraud. If you just look at Minnesota, Jesus, there's like billions and billions of fraud up there, and the government, the Minnesota government, is involved in it. And they want us to give a flying fuck what they say? Fuck you. You'd clean up your own house, but until then, go fuck yourself. Because why are we held to laws and regulations? And if we break the law, we go to jail. But if someone in the government breaks the law, they get elected a second term. Why? This is completely un-American. This is unhuman. This is rules for thee, not for me. Well, go fuck because us as Americans, we need to tell all these fucking governments, go fuck yourself. You don't own me. You don't fucking control me. This is why we need to get back, and I think Trump is moving us back this way. We need to get back to common law. Because this whole civil law structure that they wrapped us in after the Civil War, yeah, fuck this. This is the slavery we were put into, that the government will recognize civil rights. The government will issue civil rights. The government, no, we have natural rights, which is covered under common law, which common law is local. It's cultural law. And to tell you, sick and fucking tired of hearing a bunch of wealthy criminals up in Washington, D.C. arguing over my money and my fucking freedom, what I can and can't do. I'm not in there. And that's why I hope to find fuck, and I've said this for years. If the federal government ever comes after me, bring it on. Because I'm going to number one, I'm not hiring a lawyer. Fuck you, that's your guy. Even if I hire them, they work for you. They are a member of the bar. They are an officer of the court. Every lawyer is. So when you hire a lawyer, number one, all you're doing is you're hiring someone that will argue the definitions of words. That's it. That's what a lawyer does. Well, in our view, according to President Clinton, what is your definition of is? It's all people arguing over definitions. That's what legalism is. That's why we have legalese. That's the language of the law. Because it's a completely separate fucking language than English. And that's why it's we have to say fuck you. We have to say kiss my ass. And like I said, if they ever come after me, I'm not hiring a lawyer. I'm going to defend myself, and I'm going to fucking destroy them, because I am going to say, show me where I signed a contract to agree to all of this. Oh, you don't have it? Yeah, go fuck yourself. Because what they've argued in the past is that the document that obligates you to the civilian structure is the birth certificate. And that your little footprint that they put on some of your birth certificates, that's you agreeing to it when you can't even fucking feed yourself. That is their claim of obligation, is that you, and look into it. This is how they argue it, that when your mom and your dad sign your birth certificate and send that in to be registered, that you are then property of the federal government, and they issue you an employee number, or not even an employee number. They issue you a social security number, which is basically, we have a human resource that was born. It's your serial number. And that's why they referred to us as human resources, because we legally, whenever we are created, when our mom gives birth to us, we are legally a vessel of a soul, which is why they call it a birth, just like a ship, except our soul is then signed over through the live birth certificate to the federal government, and the federal government then assumes our sovereignty, because your sovereignty is the ownership of your soul. And that's how they legally argue it, is you, once your parents sign the document, your soul is now owned by the federal government, and your physical is a ship in the service of the government. That's how they argue that they can tax our labor. This is all bullshit. This is all slavery. After the Civil War, no one was freed. We were all slaves. That's why during the Civil War, they had a huge marketing fucking campaign of what was called the franchise. And they'd tell all of the black people, oh, no. If you sign up for the military and we win this, then you get to be part of the franchise. Wait, the franchise of what? Of the American corporation. And we will issue you, look it up. Look, there were huge marketing ads. And we will issue you 40 acres and a mule. That was their payment and their distribution from the corporation for helping them win the war.
That they took back.
That they took back, yeah. That they said, yeah, remember that 40 acres and a mule? Sorry, guys, we're short quite a few mules, and yeah, fuck you on the acreage. This is all a criminal entity. None of this is legal. None of this is legal according to common law. That's why after the Civil War, they had Reconstruction. That wasn't motherfuckers putting up houses. That was Reconstruction of the new legal system that was called civil law. That's why we call it the Civil War, because it was the war for what they call civil rights. Well, your civil rights legally are employee privileges. They're not rights. It's all bullshit. They replaced natural rights with civil rights. And the whole thing revolves on and is completely linchpinned on that you, when you were born, your parents registered your soul. That's why it is called a live birth certificate. It isn't actually called a birth certificate. It's called a live birth certificate because live means living. Living means it is a vessel where a soul resides. That's what living is. Legally. That's why when you are brain dead, they say you are legally dead. Because they say your soul resides in your brain. They don't recognize, or well, that's a legal shit, right? This is all bullshit. This is all absolute bullshit. This system was created after the Civil War to enslave us all. That's what the Emancipation Proclamation was. It's no. I could go on for fucking. It just pisses me off that we still give these motherfuckers some type of credibility. Oh, like they're in it for our best interest. The government is chosen by the people. Not realizing, just like I've said many a times, who wins every NFL game? The owners. The Republicans are just the Dallas Cowboys. The Dems are just the 49ers. As long as everyone's playing the game, the owners win. Our problem is they have given us a team that we need to root for. I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. But yet, it always equals up to us getting fucked because we're playing the game. The rules in the NFL are the equivalent of the rules of law. The owners change it. And they set up this whole system so our labor could be taxed, that our children our labor could actually be wrapped up in a futures market. And that's what this all is. A U.S. Treasury bond is just a labor's futures market. So they moved the slave trade markets from North Carolina just a little bit more north, Washington, D.C. Now we're all slaves. And when we get hired and we file our taxes, we are a leasee, or our labor is leased to the company from the federal government. And that's why the corporation that you work for has to pay taxes on your ass too. It's called Social Security tax. It ain't social. It sure in the fuck ain't secure, but it definitely is a tax. And they hope you fucking die before you collect it. Or don't worry, if you don't die, they'll just hyperinflate that shit so much that the money you would have made or you would get paid back. I remember when, oh, thank you. I remember my grandfather, this was like 1998. My grandfather's Social Security check was like $450 a month. $450 a month, because it was based on what he paid in over the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And when people were fucking getting paid like $1.80 something an hour. This is all a racket. It's all bullshit. And they expect us to, well, Washington has laid out a decree. We have signed legislation saying we're able to fuck you, and hopefully your side won so we don't fuck you as hard. But no matter what, we're gonna fuck you. It's just how hard are we gonna fuck you? We're gonna rape you. It's just, are we going to do it gentle? Or are we just going to rip your clothes off and fucking give it to you any way we want it? Am I wrong?
No, you're graphic.
Yeah. Well, I want a nice, crystal clear. I don't want any room for...
I don't think anyone's going to misinterpret this. I think we have all been subjected to it in the past. So we got a very clear image and understanding of what's taking place. So,
yeah, we've all lived it. I mean, when was the last time that you took a wonderful drive and hung out with your friends at any government agency with a smile on your face?
Yeah, we don't hang there.
No,
we don't hang there. Commercial.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. Yeah. Do I rant? Is the sky blue?
Yeah.
Hold, please. We'll be right back.
Ever wondered how safe your online activities really are? How secure is your digital footprint? In the vast realm of the internet, privacy and security are paramount. Without adequate protection, your personal data might be at risk. There are solutions to these issues, and today we're going to talk about two of them. Introducing Liberty Laptops from Calyx Solutions. These cutting-edge devices are meticulously designed to bolster the internet incognito. The World Wide Web can be a wild frontier, but with Liberty Laptops, your online privacy is always protected. We also present you Crypto Laptops, designed with cryptocurrency users in mind. Equipped to support a myriad of wallets and exchanges, these laptops are tailored for seamless cryptocurrency transactions. They offer enhanced security protocols to keep your digital assets safe. Crypto Laptops ensures a secure and smooth cryptocurrency experience. It's time to take control of your online privacy and security. venture over to Kelix Solutions and explore our Liberty laptops and crypto laptops. Don't forget, our affiliate program lets you earn $50 per sale. Visit calixsolutions.io now or call 7028458276 for more information, because your online safety is our priority.
And we are back. Welcome back, guys. Oh no, Patrick's down. Somebody I hope he has his life alert. I'm falling and I can't get up. I better check if he has on his necklace. All right, guys, welcome back to the show. I'm sorry for the rant. No, I'm not. I'm just sick and tired of this. I mean, we are at war with our own government. We have been at war with our own government because the government sees itself as its own entity. It is no longer representation. No one in Washington, D.C. represents us. No one adheres to the Constitution. See, our issue is we have so many people that are reliant on a check from the federal government. We have employees of a federal government. We have the contractors of a federal government. And we have Social Security, we have Medicare, we have Medicaid, we got all these programs that are reliant on the federal government having the authority to do what it does. We're all just slaves. We are slaves that might get a tax return. I mean, that's what we are. And so many people are okay with it. Lyndon B. Johnson, remember what he said? He was like, yeah, once we set this up, you know, they'll always vote for us.
For the next 200 years.
Right. That's our president. That was our president. That's him saying, look, once we get these some bitches hooked on the government tit, they're going to stick with us for the rest of their lives. That guy was a motherfucker. That guy was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He
was. Yeah, he was. How you do that to somebody? You create this great society program, and its sole purpose is to establish an indentured constituency that's reliant on you from the time they wake up until the time they go to bed, because you're putting food on their table and you're giving them a place to live. If you don't lock in the vote because of that on an ongoing basis, along with a culture of slackerhood and absolutely zero drive, and undermine a culture. When that was established, there was a black community in Mississippi. I cannot recall the name of it. And for the longest time, and in many, and this was a standard across the South and North, but primarily the study was done in the South, where single motherhood, children born out of wedlock, the women who were the mothers of those kids were shunned. I mean, there was just this social stigma that was not allowed. You cannot do that, primarily because they understood the underpinnings of that mentality would tear apart the fabric of the family and allow loose morals and standards that just were not acceptable. And then the government came in and said, we're going to provide for these folks. We're going to provide for single mothers. And then it was Katie bar the door.
Absolutely. Because you devalued a man's worth. Oh, I can get a check from the government. Well, I don't need a man then. I'll just get a check from Washington daddies.
Well, not just that, but you're getting paid per capita of child too.
Yeah.
You
The
insure,
more children you had, the more you made.
yeah, you insure an onslaught of bastards.
Yep. And it's the reason they wanted to separate the men out of the family is because then the child is raised in an environment of strictly emotion. That's it. Because men and women are different. Breaking news to the fucking left. Men and women are different. You have two different state of mind. You have nature, which is represented by the father, then you have the nurture, which is represented by the mother.
Well, and they wonder why there's been such an enormous increase in the prison populations, primarily from the Black community.
Mm-hmm. And what was crazy is I think it was 1950s, that the Black community had a lower level of divorce than the white community did.
Oh yeah.
They didn't buy into this bullshit because they knew, they learned from the Civil War. This government ain't in it for us. Fuck them. They fucked all of us.
Well, and there was a cadre of reverends,
yes,
that were and the Black movement behind the civil rights movement was correct. The guys who got in there and wrested control were, I mean, that was a bad lot. That was a bad lot.
That was Barack Hussein Obama's grandfather. He ran a church in Hawaii called the Little Red Church, and he was a communist. That's why he went to Hawaii, because he was under investigation in Washington, D.C., or I don't think he was in Washington, D.C. I think he was in like Virginia or something like that. And he was under investigation. So he and his wife went and launched a church with the CIA. The CIA helped them launch the church in Hawaii. And it was called the Little Red Church. It was a communist front. And Barack's real dad, God, what was his name?
Wasn't Davis, was it?
Yes. What the hell was, like, Marshall Davis or something like that?
Something along.
Yeah. That guy, he ran pornography and a communist fucking magazine.
Well, he was the guy that took the pictures of Obama's mom.
Yeah, that's his real dad. They look exactly alike. This is all a lie. This is everything we were actually taught in school of civics and all that other, that's all bullshit. That's the narrative they wanted us to really believe. And that's what Trump just kicked the shit out of with the UN and the World Economic Forum. He was like, look, this whole United Nations, this whole fucking like NATO, and it's all bullshit. We've all acted like we've been peaceful. All of the countries coming together and just being peaceful while we're all doing regime change and secret missions and assassins and all this. We've acted like we've had this global rule of law, and every fucking country breaks them, and then no one charges each other with the fucking crimes. It's all law is an illusion for the people, not for the leaders. That's why you never see a politician arrested or put in jail unless they're going against the system. That's why Trump was elected. You mean out of all the presidents we've had who have taken us into war and had millions of Americans fucking killed, the worst motherfucker who needed to go to jail was Trump? I mean, I like Ronald Reagan. I did. I do. I like some of what he did. In reality, that motherfucker should have been in jail. I mean, because what is the worst crime you can do? Take someone else's life. Well, when you send the soldiers anywhere and you have our young men and women killed for a political reason. Now, I have no problem going to war. If we have China roll up on us here in Florida, fuck it, grab your guns, boys. We're going to war. I'm all for it. But when we're shipping our people to fucking Vietnam, and then you don't even give them what they need to win, I mean, look at World War II, and I want to hear your fucking part on this, Patrick, because you actually know this probably more than I do. World War II, it could have been over so much sooner, but they held our generals back. Winston Churchill prolonged the fucking war. This because they hadn't achieved their goal yet. Their goal wasn't Hitler. It wasn't Japan. Their goal was use Hitler and Japan, which were funded by the Rockefellers, both of them, and Henry Ford, and a bunch of other motherfuckers. They funded Hitler, and they helped Japan. How do you think Japan went from a backwoods rice-growing motherfuckers to all of a sudden they had a military? They didn't all of a sudden learn how to fucking create airplanes and jets and fucking shit like that. That was the military-industrial complex sending them weapons. It was Germany. It was America. It was that whole war. The reason they call it the World War I and World War II was because they were taking over the fucking world. And they used the communists as the 49ers and the Allies as the Cowboys. And they're like, we're going to have us a football game, boys. And we're going to call it World War I and World War II. Because World War I, the League of Nations went to shit. So we're going to have another World War II so we can have this new thing. And this new thing is going to be called, I just lost it.
Just?
The World Economic Forum and shit. League of Nations eventually evolved into
United Nations?
United Nations. Thank you. Oh, I just had a brain fart. Pigs may have been a brain fart, may have been a stroke. I don't know yet. We'll find out later. It's
At the
it's
autopsy.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is all a lie. And the average American people is who pay the price. I mean, it's our women and children who are killed. I mean, it's horrible, and yet we still tell ourselves that we can win over the system. Trump, we elected Trump, and the system is still coming after us because it isn't a government system. That's what's going on up in Minnesota. The governments are not aligned with the agenda of the average Americans. The average Americans, they just want to live their life, go to work, and fucking retire and have a little place on a golf course or something. We don't want to invade anybody. We don't give a fuck what's going on in Ukraine. We don't give a fuck what's going on in Russia. We don't give a, because we can't. We can't give a fuck about everything, or else nothing means a fuck. You can't love everybody, because then you love nobody. This is all just bullshit. What are your views, Patrick?
Well, you raised an interesting point about Minnesota. And the thing that has me most concerned about all of that, there's a parallel between what's taking place in Minnesota and the subterfuge that's involved, and what took place in Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. In that there are underlying networks of folks who are responsible for the activities that are taking place. And this isn't just paid protesters. There are some significant players who are putting logistic tools in the hands of the folks, the anti-ICE crowd, and making them extremely dangerous. They have communication mechanisms that are well beyond what you and I think would be going on if we were running this in our local neighborhood as protesters. These folks have encrypted communication tools, not unlike Blackberries and military-grade networks. The lieutenant governor of Minnesota is one of the charter members of the communication network that's telling folks where ICE is going and where the disruptors need to go. There's a guy named John Ward who has a YouTube channel. John Ward's been a conservative and on the front lines for some time. He put a video out yesterday. It's only 4 minutes long, but I would suggest you go take a look at it. There was a gentleman who was special operations. I believe he was Delta Force. No, he was SEAL team. And he talks about what he's recognized is going on, that these guys in some of their field operations would come across behaviors that he's witnessing now. This is not your standard fare of protest. This is problematic. It runs deeper, and people are being manipulated 6 ways to Sunday by the mainstream media and the Democrats. So,
let me ask you a question, because you were there when this was actually going on. Why do so many people hate Jane Fonda?
Well, when she showed up in North Vietnam and went to an artillery battery, an anti-aircraft artillery battery, and donned the helmet of a North Vietnamese army soldier and sat in that, anti-aircraft gun, and made nicey nice with the North Vietnamese. The sense of betrayal was overwhelming for the American public. I mean, it's one thing to be against the war. It's another thing to capitulate and rub elbows with your enemies, the people that have sworn to defeat your forces, your country's efforts. She was a threat, actually, to everything that was America at the time.
Let me tell you, my grandfather, he would say as soon as she landed on U.S. soil, they should have hung her at the airport in front of everybody and said, this is what you do. This is what we do when you pull that bullshit. And the reason I bring that up is that's the mentality we're dealing with. We have so many anti-Americans, and I won't even say they are anti-America. They are anti-idea of America. They are anti-freedom. They are anti-soul. They are anti-humans as created by God.
Oh, well, I think that's more to the point, is that they've taken up a solid relationship with the devil. That they're evil incarnate.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot of atheists who are hardcore conservatives.
No.
Because you have to have a larger vision of life to really understand what liberty is. Liberty is an environment that was created for us on earth. It was created for us. And if you don't have that view, then you just think we are animals that just happen to evolve with a larger brain than a monkey. And if you just think we are hairless monkeys, well, I mean, how much are a few hairless monkeys worth? Not much.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we sit. This is good versus evil. And when I say good versus evil, I mean from the point of view that life is precious. Life is a gift. Because if you don't think life was given to you and it just climbed out of the fucking sludge, then it was just an accident. This was all just an accident. Everything working out just fucking perfect. When it's these people, they don't value you as an individual. They don't even believe in the individual. They believe in the collective of a species. That's why it's a snail out in California, its existence is more valuable than us having water for our crops, because you see snails the same way you see humans. And in In fact, you prioritize the snail because you view it as a victim of human wants and desires. We want food. Therefore, we should not sacrifice this little snail for our food.
Escargot comes to mind.
Yeah. I mean, and I've had arguments with fucking progressives. Okay. Why does a cow have 4 fucking stomachs? And why is a cow completely fucking defenseless? What evolutionary trait led to the cow? What evolutionary trait led to a lion? What? Because they say in evolution is advancement through environment. Well, if there's humans around, wouldn't something out-evolve us? Wouldn't they see it as, oh, these humans are eating all the cows? Wouldn't we have some type of cow mutation that knows how to unlatch a gate? No. It's they don't like that the world was set up, the universe was set up for our existence, for the existence of human consciousness. They don't like that. They don't like the idea that they are subservient, I think that's a word, to a higher power, to a higher intent. They don't like that, because then they're equal to all of us. The elites think that we are not as good as them. That's why over in Europe, and look this up, guys, over in Europe, everyone recognized their betters. Oh, you better recognize your better, which means recognize me as being better than you. And that's the mindset we're fucking dealing with, is that the elites use some of the herd. The elites train the sheepdogs, and the sheepdogs lead the herd. And some of us have recognized, fuck, that's a sheepdog. That motherfucker's going to send us to where I don't want to go. Fuck that sheepdog. And fuck the sheepdog's owner who trained that motherfucker. All right. I know we're way over time. All right, Patrick, we have a show here in about an hour, actually less, maybe 50 minutes. Can you let everyone know where they can catch our next show and what a hint is for what we are doing on our next show?
Yeah. As a owner of a crypto or a Liberty laptop, you have an opportunity to go into the portal and subscribe to either cyber stuff or the live chat. And in either instance, you end up getting an email on a weekly basis with a link to the live show. Also access to the archives to go back and watch previous shows. Today we're going to be talking about a number of things that are going on, some skimming attacks, some Chinese affected money laundering networks, We have some conversation about the Clarity Act, Wi-Fi attacks, Ledger getting an IPO, and all of the scams that have been going on with Ledger. Again, we've raised that one. Yeah, we got a number of things to talk about today, and every week we talk about cryptos, we talk about security. So please join us. Feel free to do that. Folks will also be able to do this using the tablets as well, so be able to access that from there.
Yep. Check us out at www.calyxsolutions.io and check out our new Apple tablets and our Galaxy tablets. You guys are going to love them. They're fucking amazing. All right, Patrick, I will see you in about 50 minutes.
Yep. Sounds good. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Everyone have a great day, and please like and subscribe to the channel, whatever platform you're watching. www.calyxsolutions.io. All right, bye-bye, guys.
Adios.
Ever wondered how safe your online activities really are? How secure is your digital footprint? In the vast realm of the internet, privacy and security are paramount. Without adequate protection, your personal data might be at risk. There are solutions to these issues, and today we're going to talk about two of them. Introducing Liberty laptops from Calyx Solutions. These cutting-edge devices are meticulously designed to bolster online privacy, providing you the liberty to surf the internet incognito. The World Wide Web can be a wild frontier, but with Liberty laptops, your online privacy is always protected. We also present you crypto laptops, designed with cryptocurrency users in mind. Equipped to support a myriad of wallets and exchanges, these laptops are tailored for seamless cryptocurrency transactions. They offer enhanced security protocols to keep your digital assets safe. Crypto laptops ensures a secure and smooth cryptocurrency experience. It's time to take control of your online privacy and security. Venture over to Calyx Solutions and explore our Liberty laptops and crypto laptops. Don't forget, our affiliate program lets you earn $50 per sale. Visit calyxsolutions.io now or call 702-845-8276 for more information, because your online safety is our priority.